Hey everyone, so today I wanted to talk about sellers holding on to equity within their homes. What do I mean by sellers holding on to equity within their homes? So, for example, in one of the listings that I just recently went to check that my realtor is handling the listing of, that house is going for sale. It was purchased in, I believe, 2021 or 22 for about $160,000. That's when interest rates were very, very low. And they had to put $30,000 into it. $30,000 went into gutters, plumbing, renovations to the home. And so they're all in at $190,000. With that being said, properties within that neighborhood used to sell for about 210, most notably at that peak of the housing market. However, the last home that sold in that area was in June, so a little over 6 months now, and that sold for around 190,000. So they're assuming because this house is better in terms of aesthetics and looks, that it's still comparable to something that sold in June at a much lower interest rate. In fact, half what the interest rate is now. And because they put money into the home, they're expecting it to now yield more fruit. And here's the problem with that. No one cares how much money you put into a home. All they care about is, does the area look good and does the home look good? So if you have the best home in the worst area possible, nobody's buying it. And essentially what I saw when I looked at that house was the worst area possible and the best home in that area. And I didn't want any piece or parts of that. And here's why. If I'm looking across the street, literally across the street, and there's a hole in the door, covered up by plastic bags. So you're telling me that this person couldn't afford to buy a new door or at least patch the hole completely within that door. Already red flag. Across the street, directly across the street, also the yard was tore up. Whether they're doing some renovations, whatever the case may be, it's tore up right now. Dirt all over the place. Gravel moved around all over the place. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on over there, but something is going on. All right? And then when you look at all the other homes, they look like they're about to fall at any minute. And then you have this nice home right there that's for sale. To me, that doesn't look pleasing. That doesn't look like something that I would be willing to invest in and put my efforts in to make better, right? Because at that point, you might as well look at buying the whole community and renovating the whole community. So my agent reached out to me and said, hey, this house is going to be listed for $210,000. When I believe that the average market value for that home is $180,000. He's trying to convince me that $210,000 is a good price for this home because the sellers put $30,000 into it. I don't care what the seller put into the home. It is by no means a good price for the home. And in fact, if I can get a better home for $210,000, why would I go and buy that one? I bought my home, this one that we're living in that I'm in right now, is $215,000. Why would I go to a worser area for $210,000? $5,000 less. Makes no sense. 2 bedrooms rather than 3 makes no sense. So, yes, rehab should add value to homes. There should be no reason why you do a rehab and the value does not go up. But You also have to look in the area in which you are investing in, because the area will also dictate which type of buyers you will be able to get. Maybe somebody is comfortable in that area, likes that area for whatever the reason may be. Maybe they like bad areas and they just decide that they want to spend that money in that area. That's a very slim buyer, and possibly someone who's going to simply rent it out, or just came up on some money and is willing to live there. Because people who work hard and make a substantial amount of money in order to afford that down payment are probably not going to choose that type of area in order to live. Once they see it, they're probably going to walk away, right? I'm not going to want to live in an area where I have to take care of my property, but my neighbors have holes in their doors, their roof is about to collapse, all types of stuff around them. And then what did the sellers say? They're selling the home in order to buy a house in Hilliard. So what you're telling me is that you're selling your home because you found something better. Why would I want something worse, right? But let's be real. Everybody who sells is most likely, let's say 90% of people who sell are most likely looking to buy something else, which means they're most likely moving into something that's better for their situation. However, in the totality of things, when you look at something like that and you see the environment in which it's in, there's already some bias there. And now I'm like, which home are you looking at in Hilliard? Because maybe I want that one rather than the one that you're selling right now. So, I mean, and it goes to shows they only lived there for 1 year, right? They only lived in the home for 1 year before getting ready to get rid of it completely. So to me, that's a big red flag. Like, the area must not be something that you're comfortable with in order for you to say after 1 year, it's time to go. Now, of course, there's things that can happen, relationship changes, job changes, things like that. But in the grand scheme of things, why would you purchase something with the mindset of moving and selling within a year, especially after putting $30,000 into it? So essentially, you just wanted to prop it up and get on moving. Do I think that this is gonna sell for $210? No, but I understand that after putting money into it and after seller and buyer fees, you're probably just trying to break even or walk away with 10 grand. And at this point, it's probably not likely, especially in this market, especially with these interest rates, especially in that area. But I know my agent is a great agent and it's probably going to sell the ish out of that property. So with that being said, I'm sure he will figure out a way to get that property sold. It will be a miracle if it sells for $210. I will update you on that and let you know whether or not it does sell for $210. I believe the property has gone live and is listed now. So we will see what happens in the future. If you like little things like this in my personal life that I'm going over, make sure you comment down below so that I do go over more things like this in the future. You know that I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.